dia. Hoje vamos começar o dia aqui no Bom Rivaz com uma marca chamada Depancel. Esse salão aqui vocês já não viu. Cara, os relógios ficam sozinhos aqui, ó. Vulcã, Nevada. Aqui é Depancel, uma marca francesa que faz uns relógios mais esportivos. Esse aqui é inspirado num radiador de um carro. Olha que legal. E aqui eles usam, varia de 650 €, 795, e aqui esse é 2.000 €, porque é movimento suíço. Aqui é Seagulls, aqui é Miota e aqui é ETA. Então é um modelo bem legal. Aqui também tem opções mais em conta. Esse é bem bonito. I like this one.
The name is Allure
Valjour
Valjour 92.
92, limitada a 20 peças e sold out já. Muito legal. E esse era 2.000 francos suíços. Bom, sobre essa Depancel, eu gostei, não gostei dos quadrados, achei muito parecido com o Mônaco. Tô muito animado para ver isso. Bom, a gente tá aqui com o HYT. Esse é um modelo novo. É o T1. Então, basicamente, ele é um fluido, né? Um fluido. E ele mostra aqui, ó, as horas. O fluido vai indo de um lugar para o outro. Aí ele volta sozinho, ó. Esses dois barris aqui são parte do sistema do fluido. Ele tem dois líquidos aqui, um transparente e o colorido. Um empurra e o outro retrai. Bom, aqui tem as três cores, né? Verde, parece o Fluminense. Titanium, o ouro com chocolate. E o líquido fluido vermelho. E o roxo com fluido roxo. O outro líquido branco. O ouro rosé, esse é 50.000 francos. E esse é 65. Bem legal. Isso é uma coisa muito diferente, né? Eles usam fluido para mostrar as horas. Eu acho muito maneiro. Só que é muito exótico, né? Mas eu teria fácil um relógio daquele. Acho bem maneiro. Bom, pra onde a gente vai agora? Olha aqui o que vocês falam que parece RM. Isso aqui é a Mida, é uma marca inspirada, uma marca de 1925, que faliu em 1980 na crise do quartzo. Eles fazem esse relógio meio futurista, que ele é como se fosse um periscope do submarino. É bem futurista, bem legal. E aqui está o movimento. É um movimento automático, jumping hours. Ele custa 2.300 francos, mais ou menos. Na pulseira de aço, né? Que a pulseira de aço é mais cara. E na pulseira de couro é mais barato. Achei o conceito bem legal. Eles lançaram em 2024. A Watches and Wonders desse ano. Bem bacana. Agora vamos na Spec Marran. Qual é a sala? 416. Vamos lá. Fundada por Peter Spec Marran em 2004. A marca que fica perto de La Chaux-de-Fonds. Já fizeram 12 movimentos em house. Esse é o lançamento da feira. La City, que é uma homenagem ao Financial District de Londres. E tem também esses aqui que são Piccadilly, que é a caixa redonda. Então a gente tem duas caixas redondas. E essa aqui que é meio quadrada, oval. E essa aqui é uma homenagem ao Piccadilly em Londres. Esse aqui, todos os small seconds ficam a 1,5, e se não é small seconds é tourbillon. 29 mil francos suíços, 75 mil francos. Isso aqui é uma loucura, pô. $29 mil francos suíços. Sem titânio, 38mm. And this is the 42.
This is the 42, yeah.
Esse é diferente, mas a caixa é o mesmo tamanho. É, 42, desculpa. A caixa é igual, 42. São 5 Hz, é um micro-rotor e tem 3 milímetros o movimento e o relógio tem 6 milímetros. E é a nova variação desse. Sem a data é 19 mil francos. Nunca tinha visto small seconds aqui. Olha esse relógio. Nossa, é lindo esse relógio. Lindo, lindo, lindo. Mais presentinhos. Gostei muito. Achei um pouco caro, pra ser sincero. Mas, né, coisa muito exclusiva, vamos botar assim. Agora eu vou lá pro Artia por vocês, tá? Atravessei pro Old Town no barco. Hoje é domingueira aqui, ó, tudo fechado. Não sei nem se a loja que eu tô indo vai estar aberta, a Artia. Mas vamos dar uma olhada. A gente passou por aqui uns 2 dias atrás. Vamos ver. Essas são as coleções. Aqua é Divers, aqui é arte. Tem uma mostradora de charuto, Years Collection e Purity Collection. Safira turbilhão, 125 mil francos. Olha que absurdo isso. Esse é o segundo movimento feito em casa. Um barrel tourbillon, também safira. Essa caixa é muito louca, olha isso. 130 mil, turbilhão. Olha esse parafuso, isso não consegue ver aqui? Meio redondo. Olha, o rubi com a luz negra, na luz UV, né? Fica... Uau!
We developed a wall case in ruby.
This is all ruby. Que isso? Caceta! Gente... Que loucura! Esse custa 25 mil francos, que comparado com o outro é uma pechincha. Mas ele não é turbilhão. Isso é importante frisar. Aqui, ó, não sei se dá pra ver, mas tem uma mola aqui e uma mola aqui. Então tem 72 horas de reserva de marcha. Esse é feito em carbono, o mesmo fornecedor da Lamborghini em Bolonha, em Modena, right? Modena, é. E o movimento pesa 9 gramas e o relógio pesa 15, sem a pulseira. A tecnologia empregada nisso aqui é uma loucura. Esse é o material mais resistente já usado numa caixa de relógio. Coral é um coral fossilizado. Olha, bala, né? É meio feio, mas é engraçado. Ah, é um alvo em ouro. Olha o caseback, que bonito. Essa coleção Chrono, todos são piece unique. Tô tendo umas sensações diferentes aqui. Definitivamente não é para qualquer um. Que loucura, cara. Loucura, loucura, loucura. Esse foi o relógio que eu conheci a Ming, a marca Uau, da Movements. Esse movimento é todo redesenhado, o bridge é redesenhado, o micro-rotor é redesenhado. Esse é o World Timer em árabe. E esse é o World Timer em inglês. Também isso aqui é lume. Olha isso, cara. Cara, isso aqui é obra de arte, bicho. Uma obra de arte. É uma marca da Malásia. Ele é o co-founder. E o fundador, o Ming, mora na Malásia, mas o relógio é todo feito na Suíça. Esse aqui é o Bluff, né, o lançamento esse ano. Ele usa o Celita SW300, extremamente modificado e decorado. E ele é um diver que o que mexe é o dial inteiro, não só o bezel. Então o bezel é the bezel is the dial.
Yes.
Que, cara, esse relógio é fantástico. E ele é todo... It's all loom, right? Nossa! Olha que engenhoso isso. Olha como veste bem isso, cara. Isso é um crono em ouro. Esse movimento foi feito pela FP Journe e eles encontraram o new old stock do movimento, redesenharam algumas coisas e botaram esse relógio monopusher. Então, você começa, para e reseta no mesmo botão. Cara, eu sou completamente obcecado nessa Ming. Fiquei muito feliz de ver ao vivo. Eu entrei na lista de espera pro barato. Custa 5 mil, barato, né? Custa 5 mil francos. Mas, porra, é um relógio que pra mim é maravilhoso. Maravilhoso. E vamos ver. Ano que vem, será que eu vou ser o feliz proprietário de um Ming? E agora eu tô indo pra Czapek. So I'm here with Xavier,
Xavier.
CEO of Czapek.
Yes.
And how does the brand honor its heritage while staying relevant in today's rapidly evolving luxury watch markets?
It's a good question because this is where many startups fail when they resurrect a company. Ego is one of the most dangerous thing and useless thing in the world. So for ego reasons, very often people think, okay, no, but that's what I like. And everybody will like it because it's beautiful because I like it. That's a syndrome. That's a classic syndrome. No, it's not necessarily like that. And the founder, this spiritus rector, François Czapek, had its taste and had its preferences, and he was good at that. If not, he would have become irrelevant then. So if he's irrelevant then and still today, it's because there is a certain style that comes from a certain personality. So what we did at the very beginning was, because we were three people, Sébastien, the watchmaker, Harry, the one who re-registered the brand and then the company, and myself, I was asking them to put a fourth chair and to imagine that in this fourth chair, François Czapek was seated and had the same personality, the same identities, the same tastes, the same design skills, and 200 years of watch experience. And that helped us at the very beginning to avoid going in every direction, but to be very structured in launching, the Quai des Bergues, which is the code for that watch was past to present.
Quite the Berg collection.
Exactly. And then Place Vendôme, whose code was from present to future. And then the Faubourg de Cracovie was a very natural evolution. And somehow people were saying, yeah, you really captured the essence of what Czapek was. Then the problem is that you suddenly created a prison. So you need to break the prison wall. And to do that, we created the Antarctique. And no one ever said, oh, that's not a Czapek watch. Because at that level, we had integrated the style and the personality of Czapek in the way we were designing, in a certain attention to detail, a certain way to design. And that was the most important. So in the end now, he's alive with us. We always recheck what we're doing. We tend to rework design over and over and over, till the point that we get something that everyone will love. From Indians to Eskimo to Aborigines and Brazilians or Europeans. That's what we try to create.
And because this is really lovable.
Yeah. And usually people would agree on what is ugly and what is beautiful. And in the middle would never agree.
Yeah.
So you need to be above that threshold of, that's nice. No, you need to be above nice.
Yeah. And what was the inspiration behind this piece?
The Antarctique flying diamonds in aventurine?
Yeah.
Here it's, in our process we have different types. Sometimes the watch come from me as a briefing, and sometimes it comes from a customer or another watch collector. And here it was the case. We had done the aventurine Quai des Bergues, which was sold out very fast. It was called Midnight in Geneva. So nice. Even the name was beautiful. And so we love aventurine and we love to play with aventurine.
Do you think aventurine is the next tendency?
No.
No?
Because aventurine is very peculiar. Not everyone likes aventurine. I would tend to say that a serious collector would have at least one aventurine watch. but it was never a big sale because, first of all, it's difficult to produce. It's very fragile. It's made of glass, so it can break. It's expensive. So yeah, there are a lot of limitations in doing aventurine. And we've been doing aventurine ourselves for years now. So we are familiar with the material. Many other brands are not doing aventurine, and to make your first attempt in aventurine is not easy. So for us now, it's easier to do a large limited edition because people know us for doing beautiful aventurine dials. But I would say that for the remaining brands, and there are many who have never done aventurine, it could become much more challenging.
Yeah.
Now, the beauty of the aventurine with the Antarctique was immediate. Like, it's a combination of two things that we love: astronomy and watchmaking. And when we started by putting the indexes, you have the one with the diamonds.
Yes.
I have the one with the indexes. So they look alike a bit.
Yeah, very alike.
Because the indexes are very special. Your diamond indexes,
This is
have-
mine already.
not yet. So these diamond indexes have a very special shape, which is the shape of the indexes of the Antarctic, classic Antarctic watch. And in fact, we created a diamond cut that we registered. It's a proprietary diamond cut called Czapek Antarctic cut.
Nice.
And you can see it very well and the beauty is the contrasts
Yeah.
with the aventurine.
The watch, this for me is the perfect example of how a simple watch, because it's a simple watch,
It's a simple one.
can be so
So beautiful.
elegant, beautiful, with no extravaganza.
Exactly.
This
And this
the
is-
movement is mesmerizing.
And this is why we work and rework the designs. Very often is to simplify, because the pinnacle of beauty comes with simplicity.
Yeah.
It has to be simple, because then it penetrates as much your guts, your heart, and your brain. That's what you want. So the movement was like a Brazilian motel. I've never been to Brazil, but I heard many stories. the lunch break motel. So no, my briefing was, people are going to start singing, these guys are off. My briefing was horological eroticism. I wanted the movement to be like lingerie. So to reveal the body, in that case, the mechanism of the caliber in a beautiful way, like lingerie would reveal the beauty of a lady in a beautiful way. So we decided to go for small bridges, as in the pocket watches. We buy, many pocket watches from Czapek to create our own museum. And inside these watches, they very often have three bridges that are straight. This straight shape was a little bit old now. And we had a shape with an angle that was much more retrofuturistic, coming from the Faubourg de Cracovie rotor. So we decided to take that shape, create the balance bridge, and then follow the shape of the balance bridge to create all the bridges. Now, to have a lot of bridges is more work from the angle of assembly, but it's a more logical work from the angle of watchmaking. That's the way watchmaking is done, step by step, wheel by wheel, pinion by pinion, bridge by bridge. So what we lose in theory, we gain it after. You invest into making a fantastic movement, and in the end, the movement becomes more simple to assemble and more simple to service or to care.
And how do you? How does the
He has so many questions that he's lost in his questions now. Because I'm answering questions before you ask them.
Yeah,
I know I'm bad. I'm a bad boy, and I told you not to tell me your questions before.
And how does the brand plan to maintain its unique position within the competitive landscape of high-end watchmaking?
We have established beautiful pillars. So the Quai Place Vendôme, Faubourg Cracovie, Antarctique, Promenade now. And the idea is that we should develop it in depth and in highness. So not necessarily developing more collections, maybe one. Maybe we'll have some surprises too. But more creating new Antarctic models, creating new Quai models with new complications. Yeah, you've seen a second Place Vendôme coming out with the Complicité that we created with Bernard. So this is really our aim, which is to grow by enriching our collections.
And what is your big dream for the brand for the future? We in Brazil we ask sometimes entrepreneurs or businessmen, what is the big dream for the future? Like 10 years from now, 5 years from now, how do you see the brand?
The thing is that we don't want to grow too much. And I know that people expect us to say that, but it's not the case.
I wasn't expecting that.
we love where we are now. We're making 1,200 watches, and it's a fantastic number, and it's good because we have the capacity to make a watch for every watch lover who is really into haute horlogerie and that would love to have it. Not in 1 year, but over a couple of years, so it's a good number. And what I would love is that the company remains with its independence, bringing to the watch industry what it needs, which is on one side complications, but on the other side protection and promotion of craftsmanship, of watchmaking craftsmanship. And that's why we are so dedicated to enamel grand feu, to guilloche, and to other crafts like engraving, because they won't stay if we don't nurture them. So my love would be to imagine a company that is strong, that makes, 1,500 watches, present in many countries of the world, to balance the risk, because it's still a small company, so you don't want to be like that, and to remain independent, making beautiful watches with the best craftsmen and craftswomen in the world. By saying remaining independent, I think about the 228 shareholders of the company who had the guts to come and join this venture, this adventure, and that give us this independence by advising, helping, being our ambassadors, our clients, but also our friends very quickly. So it's a very strange company. It's because it's like a family company with multiple families inside, not one family. So there is a huge diversity. There is a Brazilian among, yeah, his name is Rafael. There are many people inside the company coming from everywhere.
How do you know Rafael?
Possible. I won't say the last name because it's a société anonyme. So anonymous. You don't say the name. Okay?
We can talk later.
Now, yeah, really, profoundly, the beauty of Czapek is that there is a Czapek brand, it's Czapek Geneva, and there is a company which is Czapek and Company. And I want to create a company that overperforms everything that exists of that size by using ways to work that are completely different. By leveraging the trust between people, the communication between people. We create, we assemble watches one by one. It's one client, one watch, one watchmaker. So there is an invisible link between the client and the watchmaker. But that link exists. I can tell you. It's not because it's invisible. It exists. And if the watch needs to be serviced, then it comes back to the watchmaker. And every morning, every watchmaker is telling everyone what he has done. And the procurement guy is here to see what's missing and resolve every issue in 24 hours. So it's very fast, very friendly. It's quite demanding because when people grow inside your company, and me, as an entrepreneur, that's my role. Sustainability is also about developing people inside your company and make them better. And there is a rule of transparency in Czapek that I apply to myself, number one, because I have to give the example. So when I screw up, like 2 weeks ago, by deciding the wrong quantity of the aventurine with diamonds, then I have to say to everyone,
I screw up.
and yeah, of course. Yeah, it's refreshing. The guys, they know that if they screw up, they have to tell everyone very quickly so that we can correct, we can help, we can correct. That makes that nobody is afraid of saying that's what's going on.
Yeah.
You know?
I totally agree with you.
And nobody leaves the company. They love it. They love it. I mean, we will have someone who will leave in 2 months because she's getting retired. It's now nearly oldest employee. She's our accountant. And she's going to retire. I love diversity. So I want veteran soldiers teaching the young soldiers, the guys who are, or girls who are just coming out of the university working in a company. Teaching by showing the way they do. Not necessarily teaching by talking. So this is a mix of everything I learned by working in different companies where I saw best and worst practices. And there are many practices on which I say, these are fallacies. This is not true. Use common sense. Apply common sense. Common sense is the pinnacle of intelligence. That's what it is. And people forget. They think, oh no, the rationale for that, the strategy. No. What does your intuition tells you? What have you seen around working? You know? Mm-hmm. Trust is the ultimate power. When you have nothing,
You have trust.
except trust.
Thank you. If you have a seat on your company for marketing, I can apply for it.
I'm sure we'll find a way to make you work for us. That's it. Or to join, not to work for us, to join the family and to share. This is what it is about. Sharing passion. At the beginning, we were saying sharing value to create value because we were crowdfunded.
Yeah.
Crowdfunded equity. And that really happened.
Nice.
To share the pie was making the pie bigger.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
It is.
It's beautiful.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Xavier.
Yes. Thank you, Bernard. So, bye, guys.
Hope to see Czapek in Brazil
Yeah?
soon.
Yes.
Beautiful watch. Congratulations.
Thank you.
The aventurine dial,
So, flying diamonds.
mesmerizing.
Yes.
Mesmerizing. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Espero que vocês tenham curtido a entrevista com esse cara maravilhoso, the best CEO in Switzerland. Thank you.
Take care. Bye, guys.
So this is the MB&F LM Sequential Evo that won the GPHG Aiguille d'Or, the top prize in 2022. It's essentially a dual chronograph, so 2 chronographs in one movement, designed by Stephen McDonnell, and the amazing thing is it has a multiple amount of timing modes. First of all, you can use them independently. So I can start, for example, the first chronograph here on the left. Let's say I'm cooking a chicken in the oven, I use it for that. In parallel, I'm doing something else, I want to exercise, I can do that on the second chronograph, and they're obviously working totally independently. When I'm finished, stop, reset, stop, reset, and I'm back to 0. That's mode number 1. Mode number 2, let's say we have a race with 2 cars. So car number 1, car number 2. I want to start them at exactly the same time. For that I use an extra button called the twinverter, and this twinverter acts on both chronographs at once. If I press here, boom, both chronographs have started, so the race has started. Now, of course, I want the times for both cars. So when car number 1 crosses the finish line, I stop chronograph number 1, car number 2 is still running. When car number 2 stops the finish line, boom, I have both times for both cars in an extremely legible way. Better than a split second, basically. Finally, I want to do a lap timer. So I have a car doing several laps of the same circuit. I start lap number 1. At the end of lap number 1, what I want is for the first lap to stop and the second lap to start immediately with no delay. Again, I do that with the twinverter. When the twinverter stops the first lap, the second lap starts immediately. I can write down the time of the first lap. I can reset this chronograph. When the second lap is finished, again, I press here, boom. Second lap has stopped. Third lap has started. And so on, indefinitely. I can do 100 laps if I want.
It's like almost a smartwatch.
Almost a smartwatch. And so on. I can even go further. I can go into chess match mode. You know how 2 chess players, they alternate times.
Yeah.
So for that, I would have player number 1 starts. When player number 1 has finished his play, he presses the twinverter. His timing stops. Player number 2 starts. When player number 2 has finished, and we accumulate time on both sides for both players. That's probably why this multiple timing mode system won the piece, the Aiguille d'Or, at the GPHG.
Bom, parei aqui, começou a chover, fui no hotel, tomei um banho, meu dia acabou cedo hoje, mas foi um dia muito proveitoso, eu diria assim. Começou com a Depancel. Gostei, mais ou menos, achei autêntico, mas muita informação. Um relógio que não é muito caro, mas, sim, não demais. Tem movimento Seagulls, movimento ETA, miota, achei nada demais. A Mida, a YT, que eu achei muito maneiro, com aquele fluido ali, eu achei iradíssimo. Relógio caro, 50 mil francos suíços, mas que, né, é diferente. Em ouro, titânio, de ouro era 60 mil e muito difícil de encontrar, produção muito pequena. A Mida, que tem aquele design mais futurista que a gente viu também no MB&F. Uma marca que já existia, mas que ela foi perdendo, ela parou de ser produzida em 1980 por causa da crise do quartz e voltou agora. E ela como se fosse o periscope do submarino, não sei como é que é essa palavra em português. Speak Marine, que eles chamam. Cara, muito legal. Turbilhão, um relógio muito fininho também, que foi lançado, como é que é? La Cité, o formato, achei muito legal. E aí eu peguei o barquinho e fui ver a Artia, que ficava lá no centro de Genebra. E um pouco exótico demais, eu achei caro. As caixas em safira, rubi, tudo feito em laboratório, né? Muito doido. Ming, que era uma marca que eu gosto muito. Quando eu comecei a fazer o vídeo dos relógios, foi uma das primeiras notícias que eu falei. Entrei na fila, foi mais barato que o lançamento dessa feira, que é o Bluefin, um relógio de mergulho, e o bezel. O bezel é o mostrador. Eu achei muito interessante, ele é todo lume, relógio bem magneiro. Czapek, entrevista com o CEO, que vocês viram, cara, que cara maneiro. Eu até pedi um emprego pra ele. O cara muito legal, muito maneiro, o Javier. Achei um cara foda. MB&F, pra fechar o dia, né? que era uma marca que eu estava querendo muito ver. O Carries, muito gente boa, me explicou como é que funciona aquele double chrono. Então o movimento tem 2 cronógrafos que funcionam independentemente, funcionam juntos, fazem lap, um monte de função, um relógio muito bacana. 180 mil francos suíços, uma coisa de maluco. E também mostrou o Horological Machine 8, que parece com o Amida, que usa o mesmo princípio, só que tem um rotor em cima. E esse foi o dia 4. Então amanhã é o último dia. E espero que vocês estejam gostando dessa jornada até aqui. Se você ficou até aqui, não se esqueça de se inscrever. Obrigado e até o próximo vídeo.